Hi family, this is Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy, and I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the art of internal detoxification through the use of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. And today's video is going to be a small conversation about the four healing, or let me not say healing, the four tools that all women should have in their healing toolbox. The four tools that all women should have in their toolbox. And I'll say it again. The four tools that all women should have in their toolbox, regardless of how old you are. Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter how young you are. You need this information so that you can practice preventative healthcare measures. And then if you do become ill or indifferent, you have the tools to pull from in your arsenal prior to just jumping to make an appointment with your doctor or doing unnecessary surgeries, etc., etc. So the first tool that every woman should have in their toolbox is a Yoni steam seat. Now, hear me out. I often have women saying, well, you know, the herbs are too expensive, or the Yoni steam seats are too expensive. But here's the thing that I know to be true. The women who are saying that they cannot afford, or not that they can't afford it, but just that, you know, the herbs are too expensive or the Yoni steam seat is too expensive, those particular women are the ones that have fibroid cyst and tumors. And perhaps the reason why you are having reproductive health challenges is because you keep cutting yourself short when it comes to your health and well-being. Could be. I mean, I'm not here to say prove me wrong. I'm not here to say prove me right. I am just stating the facts of what I see coming into my office. And these are the conversations that I have with women who are, quote unquote, desperate for change and desperate for help. But when I make the recommendations about these are the things that will help you move through, you know, the pain and the trauma of loss or whatever it may be from a terminated pregnancy, or trauma from your partner, or to correct heavy menstrual cycles, whatever it may be. Whatever you do, it needs to be consistent, right? Yoni steaming is going to give you that. Yes, you can come to me and pay $85 every session, right? And then you have to look at my calendar, and my calendar has to mesh with your calendar. But here's the beautiful thing, love, that I want to express to you is that your health and wellness is your responsibility. And you should be pouring into your health every day, not when you need to because there's an issue. Does that make sense? So if you have a Yoni steam seat at home, you should be steaming 2 to 3, 4 times a week for a minimum 30-minute period to keep your womb space exactly where it needs to be, to keep your pH level very high and alkaline, to make sure that your body is releasing the way it needs to be releasing. This should be something that you should be doing every week regardless. If you have fibroid cyst or tumors, missing cycles, absent cycles, long cycles, it doesn't matter. So this is a thought process that I really, really, really would love for any woman that's following me on social media or is a client of mine to understand that having a Yoni steam seat is not just for challenges or upset in your menstrual cycle or your uterus, but it's also to prevent those things from happening. I don't have any issues with my womb space. I've only been pregnant once. I've only given birth once. But I tell you what, I want to keep my uterus beautiful and happy and healthy. And I do that by Yoni steaming on a regular basis. So the first tool in your toolbox that every woman should have should be a Yoni steam seat. The second thing that I want to overly express is that you should have an enema bag. You should definitely have an enema bag. And I'm not going to go into what an enema bag is and all that good stuff because I've done that in other videos. So you definitely want to check out my other videos in regards to enemas. But when I start talking about enemas and I start giving the recipe for medicinal enemas, for some reason, everybody says, so am I drinking this solution? And I'll stop and I'll look and I'll go, do you drink enema solutions? Okay, so you don't drink enema solutions, so why would you be drinking this solution? Sometimes we just have to pause for a second and really think about the responses that we're giving people when we're talking about our health and wellness. For some reason, when I really start sitting down with men and women and we start dialoguing, the level of simplicity goes out the window. The level of understanding goes out the window. When health and wellness is a very, very simple thing. It's very, very, very simple. So when we talk about enemas, we're talking about medicinal enemas. And what do I mean by medicinal enemas? What I mean by medicinal enemas is that you are boiling herbs on the stove to add to the water contents in your enema bag so that when you go to insert the speculum, you're going to be receiving an herbal flow through your rectum. Does that make sense? And people go, oh, okay, that's what I'm talking about. So this is what I want you to understand about preventative health and wellness. You do need an enema bag. Mama, you can come on in. I'm just doing a video. Come on in. And so what I want to share in regards to that is that when you have an enema bag, I want to start teaching you, and I'll do another video about this, but I want to teach you how to use the enema bag, when to pull the enema bag out, what herbs to use for the enema, and why. Okay, so that's the second tool that you want in your toolbox. The first is a Yoni steam seat. The second is an enema bag. The third is herbs. You need to know how to use the basic of basic herbs. You need to know how to use cayenne extract. I'll just show it to you. Cayenne extract, right? Not cayenne powder, which everybody and their mama knows about, which is totally fine. But now we're going to elevate it a little bit. I want you to know about cayenne extract. This is the liquid. What most people don't understand about health and wellness is that for a cell to absorb nutrients from your food, it needs to be in a liquid base, not a solid base. Hence the reason why solid foods are so overrated. Liquids is what you want to pull into the system. So at any point in time, if you can get herbs in a liquid form or a tea form, that's what you want to do. So we want to teach you how and when to use herbs like echinacea, herbs like cayenne extract, cyclone cider is a good one, how to use chamomile, how to use burdock root, valerian root, CKLS, senna, psyllium hulls, how to use clay, how to use bentonite clay, how to use activated charcoal, right? You need to have a basic understanding on how and when to apply those things. And I'll go into more detail about that in another video as well. The fourth thing that every woman should know and utilize in her healthcare arsenal is water therapy. You should know the basics of a detox bath. You should know the reasons why you need to sit in the sauna every week. You should know why you want to sit in a steam room every week. You should know why you should be drinking water every day. These are the basic, simple components of preventative health and wellness. You should know why you should sweat, right? A lot of women don't understand that sweating is imperative for their health. You need to understand why. You should know why you should be sipping on water and not guzzling water. These are very, very, very simple things. You should know when you want to do a detox bath and what components go into a detox bath and why you use a detox bath. These things are important, 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 important. So I'm going to recap the 4 must-haves that every woman should have in her arsenal toolbox for preventative wellness. 1 is Yoni steam. The 2nd is an enema bag. The 3rd is know how to use basic herbs. The 4th is know how to use water therapies. And later on this week or sometime coming up in this month, I will do a video on each of the 4 components that every woman should have in her arsenal. And I'll break it down a little bit more and go into detail. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this particular video, or want me to go in depth about a certain topic, definitely put a reply in the box below, and I'll go ahead and respond and let you know if I can be of service to you or not. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this video, definitely give me a call. My phone number is 562-682-0818. And my private office is located in Torrance, California. And my website is Moya, M-O-Y-A, bodycare.com. I hope this message reaches you in the highest vibration possible. And again, if you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out. Until then, be happy, be blessed.